practical aspect of it, how to take a trade in FRX Harmonics. Let us go in that now so that we can enjoy the FRX Harmonics, getting ready for tomorrow when we have the 50s challenge starting. So let's dig down. Now, I need you to do me a favor, possibly get your pen and paper and write, okay? Get your pen and paper and write the steps, because note takers are money makers, okay? If you write down something, it transmits to your brain and it holds it down there. You know, there's a difference when you write down something. Now, if you go to the strategy section, we have the FRX. You click on Harmonics. Harmonics is an algorithm that goes around the whole Forex market or the Forex market and get you a pattern, tell you what to do. All you need to do is do some little confirmations and you're good to go. And this gives you about 200 trades in a week. So you have enough to feed you for the whole week. So once we get into Harmonics, what is this all about? You see this and you're like, man, what are these people talking about? How in the world am I going to understand this? This looks like, you know, it looks like I'm getting into something different. No, relax, relax. This is the best thing that has happened to you. Okay, Harmonics is so easy. All you need to know is this is where you get the brokers, the scanners, and help. Down here you have the M15, which means the candle. Each of this candle, for M15, each of this candle from the start to the finish, it starts and ends in 15 minutes. For the M30, each of this candle is 30 minutes. H1, each of this candle is 1 hour. So what happens here is we have, these are called timelines, okay? So here we have the different brokers. So if you look for this broker and, you know, maybe the trades here you're seeing here does not look like what you need, you can change the broker and change. So if you have one of the brokers that you love so much, you can just maintain them. And one of the things I found out is that for this broker, like maybe for instance, FS Choice, the numbers here tallies with the numbers you have on your MT4, okay? So the trades from the Harmonics, we trade them on the MT4. We trade them on the MT4, okay? MT4 is an app where you can place a trade, okay? Where you can place your trade. So let's say, for instance, we are on the M30 timeline. So what do we need to know for the FRX Harmonics? Just 4 simple things, okay? 4 simple things. First of all, if you come in here and it looks a little bit like something you can't understand, what you can do is place your hand by the side here and then, you know, push it down a little bit so that you can move this to and fro. Or if you come down here, you can see this zoom in, zoom out, reset chart, scroll to the right, scroll to the left. You can use that to manipulate this. So what do we need to understand in the Harmonics? Okay, what do we need to understand in the Harmonics? There are 4 things you need to understand in the Harmonics to enable you to take the trade. The number 1 thing is the 4 rules to the Harmonics. Okay, the 4 rules to the Harmonics is here. The first one is to find the currency pair. These are the currency pairs. These are the patterns, okay? This is the pattern. If you see this now, it says Gatly. This one is Shark, so it's different. So these are the patterns. So when you see this pattern, okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, when you see this pattern, what you need here is one, find a currency pair. Okay. The second one is I have found a currency pair. So what exactly am I doing with it? Am I going to buy? Remember, Forex is all about buying and selling of what? Currency pairs. So I have the currency pair. Am I buying or am I selling? How do I know if I'm going to buy or I'm going to sell? You know by finding the position of this. So the D, or we call it the direction. This direction shows you whether you are going to buy or you're going to sell. How do we know? Whenever the D is on top, okay? Whenever D is on top, it means we are going to sell down. Okay, it means we are going to sell down. Whenever D is below, whenever we have the D below, it means we are going to buy up. Okay, it means we are going to buy from here upwards. So we know the currency pair, we know the direction we are taking in the market. Now, the next thing, we know all these things. The next thing is, where are we going to? If, okay, we know where we're going to now. Where will I stop? Where will I take my money? Okay, I think someone asked a question. How do we choose the currency pair? Oh, sorry, I didn't see the first question. The first question says, show me how to get the harmonics again. I am following on my computer. Okay, how to get the harmonics? Two ways. The first way is to, once you log into im.center, okay, you log into im.center, come down here to strategy on the left-hand side, click on strategy, okay, scroll down here. If you're an FRS package, scroll down here to the academies, click on FRS, click on Harmonics, then click again on Harmonics. It will open and land you on the Harmonics page, okay? And then you will arrive at the Harmonics page. So let me see, the second question says, how do we choose the currency pair? The currency pair is already here. All you need to do is select the one that you have the choices. You have the choices. You select the one that has just come out. The next thing I'm coming in now, where we find our TP1, is one of the things that will help you determine what you will do. I've seen this now, and I've seen that, okay, it's giving me that the D is on top, so it's giving me that I am selling, okay? Now, if I'm going to get into this trade, where will I collect my money? Where will I collect my money? This is where you start looking for the TP1, okay? This is TP1. Remember, we said the harmonics is a copy and paste system. Why? You found your currency pair, you found the direction, you copy the TP1, you paste it into your trading app. Then the next thing is you find the position of the stop loss. You copy this into your trading app. But before you copy this into your trading app, you ask yourself, is it safe for me to take this trade? Why do we ask that question? Because if you check the distance between where the candle is currently, the distance between where the candle is currently and where your TP1 is, if the distance is too small, there is no need getting into that market, okay? If the distance is too small, maybe the distance is somewhere here, there's no need getting into that market because you may not make enough profit. So we look at it this way. What is the distance between here and here? If it is much, we get into the trade, but if it is too small, there is no need. And I know you might say, oh, we have TP2, we have TP3. Why don't I go to TP3? Why don't I just shoot down to TP3? It's beautiful, you can do that. But one of the reasons as a beginner is this: the way the market works, the market, as it comes here now, it hits TP1. The market might decide to do what we call retest. Okay, you retest this level, it might go back. Okay, it might decide to now come down to TP2 or go straight to TP3. Okay, or it might decide, well, it's okay, let me just go this way. It goes that way. So if you take the TP1, you stand a better chance of bagging the bag than when you're looking for TP2 and TP3. So I would say concentrate as a new beginner, concentrate on TP1. Okay, so now let us use this as an example trade to place this trade on our MT4. Okay, if you have any questions so far, please feel very much free to ask your question. Okay, so here we are selling GBP AUD. Our take profit one is 1.7967562. Our stop loss is 1.8121506. Okay, so we are going to implement this now and put it into our, we're going to put this into our MT4 and see how we can make our money. Okay, so I'll copy this and paste it on the chat box. So that you can follow me. Okay, so let me call this example trade. So if you're putting this into your live account, please don't do more than 0.01 lot size. It's very vital. Don't go more than 0.01 lot size. Okay, so let me share my just give me a minute. Let me call up my phone. MetaTrader. Okay. All right, phone connected. Let me share this with all of us. Honestly, you don't need the text box. What you need is to make money. Forget about your statistics. What you need is to make this money. Forget about what the text box is telling you. The most important right now is to find this money, make this money. Then, like I said, we are not here to become experts. We are here to just copy, paste, and make our money. Are you seeing my my MT4? Are you seeing my MT4? Please, if you see my MT4, can you drop a 3 on the chat box? If you can see my MT4, please kindly drop a 3 on the chat box. If you see my MT4, please can you drop a 3 in the chat box so that I can know that, okay, all right, sorry. Running this with only one screen, sometimes it's hard to see when the chat comes in. All right, so now we have an example trade. This is your MT4. I'm using one of the best phone in the whole world, which is called an Android phone. So all the Android gang, you're well represented today. But if you're using iPhone, don't worry. It's very easy for you to follow, okay? So, so we are looking for GBP AUD, okay? Now, if you log in into your account, the first thing you're seeing is the quote section, followed by the chart section, then the trade section, and the third one is where you have your closed trades and so on and so forth. So here, if we're looking for GBP AUD, let's say, for instance, GBP AUD is not here. What we do is you click on this plus sign, go to, you can just type in GBP AUD here, or you look down here and see if you have the GBP AUD. Once you locate it, click on it, it will jump in, just go backwards, and then go to the last, and find the GBP AUD or the currency pair that you just put in. But here we have the GBP AUD. So place your hand on top of it. This is going to open this. First of all, if you just downloaded your MT4, this is the way your MT4 is going to show. Okay, the simple way. Place your hand on top of any of those currency pairs, choose advanced view, then it will give you advanced view showing you the spread and so on and so forth. So we have the GBP AUD. Place your hand on top of the GBP AUD. You will see new order. You see open chart, symbol properties, or simple view. If you're on iPhone, you will see trade. So if you click new order or you click trade, you will see here you have market execution, or you will see instant execution. For iPhone, you will just see market execution. You see, I think you will see take profit, stop loss, price, and the rest of them. So it's simplified for iPhone. But for Android, you will see market execution or instant execution. You will see on this green side is where you put your take profit. On the right side is where you put your stop loss. Okay. Now, down here is where you have your lot size. If you go to the Discord group, we have a simplified rules on taking trade. That is, if you have $100 in your account, then your lot size, this is called lot size. Your lot size should not be anything more than 0.01. Okay, that means you're risking, I think that should be 1% of your account. Okay, now this is your lot size. So every trade you take, make sure that you look at the lot size and adjust it accordingly. Okay, so let's say this is where you now have to put your TP1, take profit 1. Okay, the take profit is 1.79675. And then we have the stop loss. The stop loss is vital to make sure that you don't lose in case the trade goes south. 1.812150 and the rest of them. Now, the most important thing is to remember it says sell. Okay, you might make mistake and click buy. So it's important that you always remember what you're doing. It says sell by market. So if you see any trade that says sell by market or market execution, what it means is just get in immediately at that market price and go. So what we do here, we just click sell. It tells you order is open. And the next thing it does is what? It jumps into the trade section. Okay. This is the trade that we just placed now. This is the trade that we just placed now, okay? Now, every trade you place comes first of all in red. Sometimes you just touch red immediately and go. The reason is because of what we call the spread, okay? The spread is the butter that the brokers use to oil their own business, okay? So the spread is the difference between the ask price and the bid price. Now here you can see the spread, but you don't need to worry yourself about this. The most important thing is get into the trade, make the money, okay? Copy, paste, make the money, and continue your training, okay? So this is how to place a trade on MT4. If you understand that, please find the chat box and put a 7 for me. If you need another explanation, please let me know. Okay, if you understood that, please put some 7s on the chat so that we know that, yep, you've gotten that. Okay. Okay, I'm just a student. I've not reached that stage so that my head will not do like this. Okay, so we now know. So we are prepared now. What is the trading app called? I didn't hear it properly. It is called MetaTrader 4. Okay, for person asking for where to get this, it is here. Click on here. You have this text. Okay, it's called MetaTrader 4. There's MetaTrader 5, but please go for MetaTrader 4. There's CTrader, go for MetaTrader 4. Forget about the other ones. The one we can help you, the one we can, we can give you assistance is MetaTrader 4. That is the one we use in the family, okay? So we've understood how to do that. So the next one I'm going to touch base on now is, where do you get the document? Which of the documents? Okay, the document that we treated earlier on, you find it in the Discord section. If you don't have the Discord, if you're not on Discord, please message your P1000 leader so that they can get you access to the administrator of Discord, and you'll be added in the Discord group. Okay, we get that from the Discord group. Okay, so we have now gotten how to place a simple trade on MT4. The next one we're going to learn how to do now is how to place some of the trade that comes as pending orders. Pending order means an order that is waiting for an action to happen before it executes. So what we mean by that is this: there are several types of pending orders. So let's consult Uncle Google, who knows it very well, to let us into the secrets of pending orders. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you what pending order means, because I think you've been seeing the pending orders in the groups. You'll be seeing the pending order in the Discord group. So you need to understand what it means so that you can be able to take that trade with ease. When you get a pending order, it means this. We have 4 types of pending orders. One is the buy stop. We have the sell stop. We have the buy limit. We have the sell limit. Now, I'm going to use a very simple analogy, to explain all this. Okay? I'm using a simple analogy. Now, buy stop. When you hear buy stop, think about it as a bus stop. Buy stop, bus stop. Why do I use that word, bus stop? Now, let's say, for instance, you are standing on the bus stop that is going towards the north. This is you standing here. When that bus comes to the bus stop, it stops. picks you up, and it continues on the journey towards the north. Okay, now for a buy stop trade, you have what is called the price, the TP1, and the stop loss. So here is where the price is. Here is where your TP1 is, which is the destination. And somewhere here is your stop loss. So once the market is going in this direction, it comes to your price point, picks up your price, picks up your trade, and then it moves, continues moving until it gets to TP. Or it does whatever it has to do and then get to your TP. The same thing with the sell stop. You're going to the south, you stand at the bus stop, the bus comes up, picks you up, and continue the journey. Okay? Now, the same thing, price point, price comes up here, picks up your pending order, and moves. Now we have the buy limit. Okay? Let's call it also the bus stop. You are standing at the bus stop. The price has already started going, but the driver looks behind and finds out, oh, there's somebody at the bus stop, and pulls back, picks you up, and continue. Okay, it might be in this same direction. Okay, it's in the same direction. The driver pulls back, pulls you up. So your price is here. The market does what is called pull back, pulls back, then picks you up and continue back on the journey. The same thing on the sell side. Market pulls back, picks you up, and continue on the south, on the sell direction. So now we understand what this is. It is now time to forget about the whole big grammar, get into the nitty-gritty of it, and implement it. So how do we do pending orders? Okay, the copy and paste strategy send you a trade right now, and the trade is a pending order trade. How do we take that trade? Okay, let's use this as an example. Let me see if I can broaden this a little bit big so that it can be a bit bigger for us to see. So we are going to take a pending order trade. Now I want to do the markings to get this for us to understand it. Now I'm putting a line here. I'm trying to get my price, my starting point for the price, okay? I put this here. If you look here, you will see this line here. Let me use, let me not confuse it. Let me use this, okay? This is our line where we want the price to come. This is our bus stop now, okay? This is our buy stop. Buy stop, which I call bus. Which I call bus stop. You can take any bus stop near your area, so that you can understand it. Now, the things we need for every pending order is, one is price. The other one is the take profit. The other one is the stop loss. These are the things we need, okay? So we have to catch a price. We are still going to use the take profits in the first one. So let me borrow this so that it will make it easy for us. Okay, we are still going to use the take profits. We're still going to use these two. So example trade, pending order. Okay, so we're selling this. The type is buy stop. Okay, and then the price, you see here, oh no, this is sell stop. Let's do sell stop because this is coming down as a sell. Okay, because we are in a sell here, so it's sell stop. sell stop, okay? Now we set a price here where we want this to come down, pick us up and continue. So the price here is 1.80229, okay? So let me put this in the chat. Example trade, pending order. Okay, example trade, pending order. Okay, this is an example trade, pending order, and we want to, so you have it there. Remember, if you're doing this on your live account, please maintain a 0.01, but actually I need you to do that inside your what is it called? Your demo. Okay, so we go back again to GBP AUD, place a hand. We're looking for a new order. So instead of market execution, I click on here and I look for sell stop. Okay, now you see there's a change here when you do sell stop or buy stop. There's a change the moment you change into pending order. So we now have the most important thing, our lot size. You put the appropriate lot size for your account. Then here it says price. Okay, the price is 1.80229. We also have here, we have the take profit is 1.796756, and our stop loss is 1.81215. Okay, now you see the difference here. It did not ask you for buy to execute a buy or a sell. It asks you to place. So I click on place. Once I click on place, see it comes down here to the order section. It places it under orders. Okay, now what this means is that if I click on this now, I go to chart. Here you will see what happened here. What happened here is that it placed this as a sell stop. You see it here, it's a sell stop. So the moment this comes down here now, the moment this comes down here, it will touch here and it will jump down. Okay, it will touch here and jump down. And this trade looks like it's going the south, but let's see what will happen. Okay, so this is now we've placed a pending order for sell stop. We're going to look, the second one we're going to do now is a pending order for sell limit. Okay, for sell limit, or let's look for another one to do buy limit. Let's look for another trade to do buy limit with. Okay, let me look for AUD USD. Okay, no, 2 entries. No, 2 entries. Nope. Let me change into a different. Let me try a different broker. AUD USD double entry. Okay, let's try AUD USD. Okay, this is an example trade for pending order. Oh, okay, example trade pending order. Okay, so what do we need to do this? We need a price point. Okay, we are looking for a buy stop. We're looking for a buy stop. Now, if you can notice here, this is going up here. It's trying to retest this level before it start coming up. So no, we are looking for a limit now, okay? Buy limit. So what we're going to do here, remember I said that buy limit is the price comes down at a point, picks you up and continue on the buy direction, okay? So we are going to look for this to come down here, pull back towards here, okay? Pull back towards this price point, pick us up and start going up. So our TP1 for this trade is here. Our entry is going to be here. And then our stop loss is going to be here. Okay. So let's get on with this. So we have buy limit. Buy AUD USD. Type is buy limit. TP1 is 0.77048. Our stop loss is 0.75662. Okay, so I put that in the chat also so that we can follow that. So we're doing a buy limit. We want it to pull back, get us into the trade so that we can see if we can have a blue party. Okay. All right, so we are looking for AUD USD. AUD USD. So you scroll down to look for AUD USD. Yep, that's the young man here. Place your hand, open a new trade, and we are going straight to buy limits because this might hit our limit as soon as possible. So the price for the buy limit, oh, I didn't put the price here. I didn't put the price. Price is 0.76156. Okay. Okay, the price is 0.76156. If you notice here, the place is still here. If you put the price and you don't see the place here, which means that price would have hit there. And if we're not careful, that's what is going to happen now. So 0.77046, is our take profit, and our stop loss is 0.75662. Okay, so we've done buy limit, we put our lot size, put the price, put the take profit, put the stop loss, then we place. Okay, the moment we place is down here as a buy limit. The first one was a sell stop. This is a buy limit. What we're looking for is pull back here, get us into the price. Okay, we can also set a buy stop for this. We can also set a buy stop for this. Okay, we want the price to come up to this entry level here, which is 0.76413. And then the price would get us into the market, and then we can have a blue party. When I mean blue party, the people in DeLorean will understand what blue party means. That is when you make, the market goes to your favor and you are enjoying the blue party. Okay, so let's go in here and place the pending order. We also locate our AUD USD. AUD USD. New order. Come down here, we have our buy stop this time. Our price for the buy stop is 0.76413, and our take profit is the same, 0.77048. Our stop loss is 0.75662. Okay, we cross check. Make sure you cross check to make sure that you are using your appropriate loss size, and that you put your stop loss and you put your take profit. If you don't do that, you are opening your account for over leveraging. Okay, so now we have the two. We have the buy stop, we have the buy limit, we have a sell stop here. Once the price comes in a very few minutes now, our buy limit will be activated. Okay, in a very few minutes, our buy limit will be activated. Now, if you entered the wrong thing and you want to change any details, just press here, go to modify order. You'll be able to modify the order before it executes. Now, one of the reasons why I said that we should make sure that we put the stop loss is this. I'm using this for educational purposes. Okay, if you watch here now, this trade was placed without a stop loss, without a take profit. This will happen to you. I didn't say this may happen to you. This will happen to you someday because you are eager to enter into the market. You are so eager to enter into the market. You are so eager to, take that trade. The trade was caught on this card. I need that trade. I need that trade. You rush into the trade. You place it without putting the parameters. And what happens? Maybe you forget it. The price goes and gets into profit. You didn't put a take profit, so it continues. Then it drops down and goes deep into something of this nature. Okay, this one is okay. See, this did not put a stop loss. This is for educational purposes. There is no stop loss here. What happens is deep down in a higher negative. Okay, so if you do this to your account, if you don't put a stop loss in your account, you are just turning yourself into donatus. You're donating. You're going to be donating every kobo you have, every pound you have, every pence you have in your account to the brokers. We are not here to donate to brokers. We are here to get from the brokers, make a better living, and learn the right things to do. Okay, so make sure that before you place any trade that you have your stop loss in position, you have your take profit in position, and that you check that you have your lot size correctly set. Okay, now how do we close a trade? Remember, one of the things we say is close when you're happy. Okay, close when you're happy. How do you close a trade when you're happy? If peradventure this is on blue now, all you need to do is place your hand on top of it. Okay, you will see where it says close order. Press the close order. Come down here, you see close with. If it's some blue, you see close with profit. You can click on close with profit and it will close with profit, and the profit will jump into the other side of this thing. But if you have anything, your lot size is bigger than 0.01, you can actually reduce your lot size. When you're on live or when the educators send a message, they said close, maybe they said close half lot, or they said take partials. What they mean by take partials is come here on close order, reduce this. If you notice, the more you reduce this, the more this section reduces. So reduce this, maybe take just 0.01 of it. And once you close it, it comes this way. So you've taken a partial of your profits, okay? You've taken a partial of your profit. So we're waiting for this AUD USD buy limit. We're waiting for it to, okay. let me go to the chart and see. You see, it's just a little, very tiny bit now. If it drops back down here and move wick up a little bit, okay. Now, because of the spread, the market just opened maybe less than 1 hour ago. Because of the spread, you see these two lines. This is the line. This is the line for the spread. Okay, because of the spread, once this red line touches this now and move backwards, it will trigger this. It will trigger this this trade, and the trade will become active. Maybe before we finish, the trade will become active. Okay, so this is now the end of how to place a trade on MT4. If you have any question on this, please feel very much free to ask your questions, and so that we can be able to, answer the questions and make it clearer if you did not understand what we meant by what we said. Okay, if you place that trade on your own broker, depending on your broker, it may have been activated by now. So please check your broker. It may have activated by now. If you have any questions, please feel very much free to ask your question. We'll be able to, answer the questions that you have. I hope I've not bored you too much, because everybody's like this looking at me. I hope I've not bored you too much, because from tomorrow we are entering into the 50 challenge, and this is the trades that are going to be sent. You will notice that some of them are pending order trades. Some of them are market execution or instant execution trade. So you need to take those trades. So how do you take the trade is just what we just did right now. Okay. Now, even if you are in HFX, if you're HFX, I know this might sound a little bit different for you, but if you're in HFX, you can be able to also partake on this, I think. If you join that in the group on the Discord, you'll be able to partake on this. So now you know how to place that trade even when you're in HFX. Okay, so yes. When I joined, I attended almost 2 weeks of beginners class. Then it was just twice in a week. I leverage on every of them, because the more you attend the classes, you get from different perspectives. Now you can be able to galvanize each of them together and make more sense out of the whole process. Okay. So if you have any more questions, maybe in the next 15 minutes, we might just, for HFX, next 15 minutes, we can just go through a little bit on HFX. Okay. Now for HFX, for our people with HFX, when you take profit by reducing losses, okay, that is when you take partials. You take partials, or you can just close when you're happy. Okay, you take partials. That is when you take partial. Just take a partial of the. You just take a partial of the trade. Now, this is what I am talking about. This right now, when we go back here, you will see that that trade is no more under the. This is no more under the pending order. It has jumped in here. AUD USD buy limit has jumped in now to begin the journey to giving us what we are looking for. Okay. Remember, I said when it drops down here, it's going to now, once it drops down and pulls back. So you see, the bus driver saw us move downwards, picked our order, and started going back up. But the market will do whatever it's meant to do before we will take our bag. So this is just the practical aspect of this happening right now in our face. It came down, pulled back, took our order, and is doing what the market needs to do. No, if you're taking partial, okay, let me share this again and show us that when you take partial, for instance, if any of this is in blue right now, I would have just shown us what that means. When you take partial, for instance, it means that let me increase this and see. Okay, taking partial is, let's say for instance, if this was going on the sell right now, if we're on a sell right now, what happens? We have a little bit of this. Taking partial means I'm reducing this. So if I'm running on 0.05, I want to reduce my exposure and take out a little bit of the bag. So I'm reducing what I'm putting into the market. So the profit I'm going to get from afterwards will now be reduced. But I've, put in something in my pocket. It is said that nobody goes broke taking partials or closing a trade in green. So that's that. Okay, so your TP is still where it is. The only thing is that you will hear when it says move your stop loss to break even. Okay, move your stop loss to break even. If we had any trade on blue now, it would have been much easier to show you what it means by move your stop loss. Now you have your stop loss somewhere up here. Let's say, for instance, our stop loss is somewhere here. Our trade is already running more than 50 pips, and we want to move our stop loss. So what we do is that you come here, pick up this. Let's say we want to move our stop loss up here so that in case the market pulls back, it is not going to get us into zero. What it will now do is to cut us somewhere here. We keep the profits, okay? So you take this, then you copy this number. You now come back here, place your hand on here. You will see modify order. Then you will change the stop loss here to that number that you copied. Okay, you change the stop loss here, you modify. That is it. You move the stop loss to break even. Okay, normally it is to move it to 30 pips from entry so that if this decides to go south, it will cut you off, on the way and save your money that you've already bagged. Okay. So let's quickly take the next 5 to 10 minutes to do a little bit on HFX. Okay.